Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're looking into something, well, pretty fascinating. It's about how many professionals, maybe even you, might be missing out on clients right under your nose on social media. Ever feel like your online stuff just isn't bringing in actual business? Yeah, well, this deep dive is probably for you then. We're digging into the Connected Agent-Led Machine Blueprint, or the CALM Blueprint for short. It comes from a whole set of materials from connected agents. And the whole idea is to change how people, especially life insurance agents, get leads. Basically turning, your regular Facebook profile into something that actually attracts clients.
Exactly. Our mission today is really to pull out the key strategies from all this material. We want to see how professionals can genuinely attract clients without doing all that cold calling stuff nobody likes or spending a fortune on ads. It's all about using what you already have, your online presence, your social network. The big idea is shifting from chasing people to having them come to you.
And that brings up a really interesting, maybe slightly uncomfortable question. Could your current social media profile, the one you use every day, actually be costing you clients? Like right now, without you even knowing? Let's explore that.
Well, you hit on a core issue there. There's this really damaging myth, especially in the life insurance world, the belief that you have to choose. Either you're pounding the pavement with cold outreach or you're pouring money into ads. It forces agents into this impossible choice, right? Tactics that feel wrong or spending money they maybe don't have. And the data behind this is pretty stark. Our sources mention an analysis of over 500 agents who were struggling. And it found that, get this, 83% were spending money on lead programs, often quite expensive ones, while their biggest potential asset, their own social network, their existing presence, was just sitting there, completely untapped.
83%?
Yeah. It shows how agents are often taught that lead gen has to be something external, something you pay for. They overlook the gold mine they're already sitting on. And think about the time. The average agent reportedly wastes something like 15-plus hours a week on just random prospecting, stuff that leads to rejection after rejection, but very few actual results.
That really does paint a picture, doesn't it? It sounds like so many agents feel stuck, between a rock and a hard place, either doing the old school stuff like door knocking, which is tough, or getting tangled up in these super complex, super expensive funnels from all the digital marketing gurus out there. And what's crazy is, like you said, both ways seem to completely ignore the resources agents already have, like literally at their fingertips.
Precisely. And that is exactly why the CALM Blueprint is presented as such a complete paradigm shift. It came out of this really intensive 3-year deep dive, looking at what the absolute top performers, like the top 2% of agents, were actually doing. These are the folks consistently getting qualified leads authentically without spending big on ads. It wasn't about some secret trick. It was about understanding how they use their existing connections and their online presence differently. So the core change it pushes for is taking your existing social presence, maybe just a casual thing right now, and transforming it into a strategic system for attracting clients. This completely reframes how you're seen. You become this trusted authority figure, someone prospects actually seek out instead of trying to avoid. It changes the whole conversation from the get-go.
Okay, this is where it gets really interesting for me, because it's not just saying do more work online. It's about fundamentally changing how you're seen, using the tools you probably already use every day.
Absolutely. And it stands apart in a few key ways. First, it offers this third path. So it's a middle ground. You need leads, yes, but you also want to connect authentically. It avoids making you feel like a, pushy salesperson, but also stops you from being totally invisible online.
Right, that balance.
Exactly. Second, it's all about leveraging existing assets. So many programs want you to learn complex tech or spend thousands on ad. The CALM Blueprint focuses on platforms you already know, mainly your personal Facebook profile.
Okay.
Third, it's streamlined. It works within Facebook's existing system, so the learning curve for the tech side is way, way lower, much faster to implement. And finally, compliance is baked in. Every part of it is designed specifically with insurance industry regulations in mind. That's a huge relief for many agents.
Okay, so stripping it down, what does this actually look like? You mentioned components. What are the big pieces that make up this CALM system?
Right, it's built around 6 core components, all working together. There's the profile optimization framework, that's the foundation, and we'll really dig into that one. Then the strategic visibility system, how to get eyeballs on your optimized profile, the right eyeballs. The conversion conversation framework, turning that interest into actual conversations about protection. The content authority vault, about creating content that positions you as an expert. An automated follow-up sequence for nurturing those leads over time. And lastly, the implementation accelerator, which is basically the roadmap to put it all into action quickly.
Got it. So let's zoom in on that first one, the profile optimization framework. The sources call it a core proprietary 7-point system. Sounds foundational.
It absolutely is.
Mhm.
Its goal is simple but powerful. Take a normal, everyday Facebook profile and turn it into a platform that actively attracts clients and positions you as an authority. It makes your profile work for you.
Which brings us back to that question we started with. Is your profile costing you clients? Because if it's unclear or looks unprofessional or just, average, people just scroll on by, they forget you, they choose someone else. The blueprint points out how an unoptimized profile confuses people about what you actually do, makes you look like every other agent out there, fails to build that instant trust, sends leads potentially straight to your competitors, and you're just wasting all that valuable traffic from people who are actually looking at your profile, that invisible crowd.
Exactly. So the solution is what the blueprint calls flipping the script.
Hmm.
The whole aim is to turn those passive profile views into actual profitable conversations. And the results seem compelling. Agents using this framework have reported, on average, a 300% increase in people reaching out to them within just 30 days.
Wow, 300%.
Yeah. But it's more than just numbers. It's about the psychology. You're changing your profile from a static resume into an active welcome mat. It taps into people's natural curiosity instead of you having to push. So you instantly build trust, you clearly show your unique value, you capture interest without being salesy, you turn lurkers into leads, and you position yourself as the expert they should talk to.
Okay, that 300% number is definitely attention-grabbing, but flipping the script might sound a bit abstract to some people listening. Like, what's the biggest mistake or misconception agents have when they first try to optimize their profile like this? How does the blueprint help with that?
That's a great question. A really common misconception is thinking it needs, like, serious tech skills or a total personality transplant online. But the blueprint actually breaks it down into a very practical 5-point optimization strategy. This is part of the larger 7-point system, but these 5 are key for turning the profile into that sales funnel or lead trap.
Let's quickly walk through them. First, the cover photo. Think of it like your profile's billboard. It needs a clear headline, some kind of button graphic, and a visual mock-up of whatever free thing you're offering your lead magnet.
Like an image of an ebook cover or something.
Exactly. And crucially, it has to look good on phones. Mobile optimization is key, keeping the important stuff in a safe area. When someone clicks that cover photo, a pop-up appears, and that's where you put your detailed call to action.
Okay, makes sense. Second, the profile photo. Same idea with the pop-up. People click profile pics all the time, right? So put a call to action in that pop-up description too. Leverage that habit. Third, the intro section, right below your name. This is prime real estate for a clickable link. Put your main call to action and link right there.
Obvious, but probably missed a lot.
Totally. Fourth, the bio link. Even more obvious maybe, but again, often overlooked. Add your landing page link there, another click opportunity. And fifth, the featured photo. This is described as a bit of a secret weapon. It should also have the headline, button graphic, and lead magnet mockup. And a specific tip for mobile. Add a little text bar at the top saying something like, click the link above on mobile, because sometimes the bio link isn't immediately visible on phones. It directs their eyes.
Got it. So those are the 5 core visual spots. And supporting all that, you mentioned the headline formula. That sounds critical.
Absolutely. The blueprint stresses this. Something like 70% of visitors decide whether to act based just on your headline.
70%, that's huge.
It really is. So they provide 12 proven, compliance-safe headline formulas to help agents craft something compelling. Plus, there are templates for the About section and guides for visual branding, making sure it all looks cohesive. And to make this really easy to start with, there's something called the Profile Power-Up Toolkit. It's offered for just $7.
$7? Why so low?
Well, the idea is it's an accessible way to prove the system works. It's like a demonstration. Build trust, show value quickly. Inside, you get a quick checklist for those 5 points, takes like under 30 minutes. You get plug-and-play templates for your bio, headline, pinned post, a planner for the cover photo with the rules, a simple script for a pinned post that isn't salesy, mobile tips, even some reflection prompts.
Okay, so that $7 offer sounds like a really low-risk way to dip your toe in and see how the profile optimization part works.
Exactly. It's designed to give you a quick win and show the potential.
All right, so we've really unpacked that foundational profile optimization piece. Now, let's zoom back out. How does this fit into the bigger picture? The full 7-step blueprint that generates the actual leads and sales. The blueprint claims it's 100% beginner-proof and you can set it up quickly, even today.
That's the promise, yeah.
Yeah.
It's designed as the tactical core for creating that passive stream of free leads. Let's walk through the 7 steps. Step 1, your perfect lead magnet. This is the valuable freebie you offer people for their contact info. It could be anything useful, a mini course, an ebook, a checklist, a toolkit, a video guide, you name it.
Something genuinely helpful.
Yes, genuinely helpful. And crucially, you need to present it visually as a mock-up. Make it look like a real tangible thing, like a little digital box or book cover. That increases perceived value.
Where do you get those? Or the content itself?
Good question. You can use PLR, private label rights content, which you can buy and customize. Or hire someone on a site like Fiverr to create a custom mock-up graphic. Makes it very accessible. Step 2, write a persuasive call to action. This is your headline for the lead magnet. We already talked about how critical headlines are, right? That 70% stat. So the blueprint gives you those 12 formulas. Things like how to get result in time frame without doing thing you hate.
Simple but effective.
Yeah. And they suggest using emojis like a pointing finger to draw the eye to the link. Step 3, optimize your Facebook profile. This is the 5-point system we just dove deep into, turning your profile into that lead trap. This is the hub. Step 4, simple and effective landing page. This is where people go when they click the link on your profile. Its job is simple. Capture their email and give them the free lead magnet. Your email list, the blueprint says, is your absolute goldmine.
And the tech part. Landing pages can sound scary.
They stress it's beginner-proof, recommending drag-and-drop builders like ClickFunnels tools where you don't need to code. The key is congruency. Make the landing page look and feel like your profile. Same mock-up image, same headline, same benefits. Keep it consistent so people don't get confused.
Makes sense. Smooth transition.
Step 5, 5 money-making emails. Okay, so once they're on your list, you need to follow up. This is an automated 5-part email sequence. It's a nurture system, builds the relationship passively. You set it up once with timers, and it runs on autopilot. The goal is to turn people who weren't ready today into appointments tomorrow by providing value and gentle invitations.
So it's not just hitting them with sales pitches?
No. It's about a balance of value and invitation. Nurturing. Step 6, engage on social media. This is where you actively drive traffic to your optimized profile, your social media lead machine. The main strategy is finding your watering holes, usually Facebook groups where your ideal clients hang out. Focus on maybe the top 3 groups.
Okay, so find the groups, then what?
3 simple ways to drive traffic back to your profile funnel. 1, interact. Like posts, love posts, comment. Especially on posts with 0 comments, the blueprint calls this a golden opportunity to stand out, be helpful, make people curious about who you are.
Ah, interesting tactic. Be the first responder.
Exactly. 2, post content. Share valuable stuff in those groups. Quotes, tips, hacks, stories, testimonials. Establish yourself as an authority. The key philosophy here is help people for free and ask nothing in return. It contrasts the farmer approach, planting seeds, nurturing, with the nomad approach, always hunting for the next quick kill. This is about farming.
I like that analogy. Patience pays off.
And 3, Messenger. Use it for networking. When someone connects, send a quick message, introduce yourself, build rapport. It's more personal, highly effective. And an important note, these engagement tasks, they're pretty easy to outsource to a virtual assistant later on once you have the system down.
Good point. Scalability.
Step 7, unlimited free leads and sales. This is the end result. The system is running. It's designed to be a fully automated system, siphoning leads and sales from your Facebook profile. Leads start showing up in your inbox. You wake up to appointment requests instead of, facing another day of cold calls. The result they quote here is an average 267% increase in qualified prospect conversations within the first 30 days. So more conversations and better ones.
Okay, that 7-step process lays it out very clearly. From optimizing the profile to engaging actively to having that automated follow-up.
Right. So just to recap what makes Calm different, it offers that third path. Not pushy, not invisible. It tackles the failures of old methods and complex guru funnels. It uses your existing Facebook personal profile as the engine. That's huge. Big focus on authenticity and compliance using your real voice within the rules. And it's presented as a simplified, sustainable system. Set it and forget it to some extent for a passive stream of leads with a quick setup.
That really clarifies the unique angle. So thinking about who this is really for, who's the ideal agent to use this Calm blueprint?
Yeah, it's definitely tailored for certain types. It's great for the established agent, maybe relying too much on hit or miss referrals or costly leads.
Yeah.
They want consistency. The growth-minded agent who sees social media's potential but feels totally overwhelmed by it all. The advisor who just refuses to use manipulative sales tactics. Their values won't let them.
Right.
The agent who's strapped for time. They literally can't add more prospecting hours. This leverages existing time better. Also, the relationship-focused pro. Good in the meeting, struggles to get the meeting naturally. The compliance-conscious agent, always worried about crossing regulatory lines. This is built for them. And, fundamentally, the authentic communicator, someone who wants their marketing to actually sound like them.
Okay, that paints a clear picture of the ideal user. But just as important, who is this not for? Managing expectations is key, right?
Absolutely. It's not a magic wand.
Okay.
So the Cole Blueprint is not for someone looking for overnight riches without putting in consistent effort. It takes implementation. Agents who are unwilling to be authentic on social media or want a total wall between personal and professional online. This uses your personal profile. People looking for a completely hands-off system. It needs your input, your expertise, your engagement, at least initially.
It automates parts, but doesn't replace the agent.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's also not for agents who think aggressive tactics are the only way to succeed in insurance, or those unwilling to shift from just making sales to actually building relationships. It's not ideal if you want to delegate absolutely everything about your marketing from day one. And obviously, it's not for someone with no Facebook profile or who absolutely refuses to use the platform.
That's really helpful clarity. So, assuming someone fits the ideal profile and wants to do this, how do they actually implement it all? It sounds like a lot, even broken down into steps.
Right. Theory is one thing, practice is another. That's where the IMPACT implementation framework comes in. It's the proprietary guide for daily actions over 30 days.
IMPACT. Okay, what does that stand for?
It breaks down like this, designed for busy people. Immersion, day 1, about 90 minutes. You review the blueprint, the masterclass, take notes, figure out your plan. M mapping, day 2, just 30 minutes. You create your personal 30-day timeline based on the immersion. P profile transformation, days 3 of 5, maybe 20 minutes a day. This is where you actually implement that 7-point profile optimization we talked about, step by step.
Okay, bite-sized chunks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Authority content implementation, days 6-15, about 15 minutes daily. You start deploying the content system using their frameworks like the 5-3-2 rule and the Content Authorityville resources. C conversation activation, days 16-22, about 20 minutes daily. Now you focus on visibility and engagement using the specific strategies from those frameworks, getting active in groups, etc. And T-testing and optimization, days 23-30, about 15 minutes daily. Look at what's working, tweak things, refine your approach.
I really like how that breaks it down into those 15, 20-minute daily actions. That makes it feel doable, not overwhelming. You can build momentum quickly.
That's the goal. And beyond just the framework, they provide a lot of support. Things like 30 days of email support specifically for implementation questions, a private resource library that gets updated, a troubleshooting guide for common bumps in the road, an implementation checklist to keep you on track. Plus, the masterclass includes video training, ready-made social media assets, landing page templates, pre-designed graphics, even pre-written email sequences you can adapt. It's quite comprehensive support.
Okay, that brings us towards the end of our deep dive today. We've really unpacked the potential here with the Calm Blueprint. It seems like a really clear path for leveraging something you already have your social media, especially Facebook, and turning it into a consistent, cost-effective way to attract clients and grow sustainably.
Yeah, the core idea, the philosophy behind it is really about shifting lead generation, shifting it from something you constantly have to do, something you chase, to something that just starts happening for you more passively.
So let's leave everyone with a final thought to chew on. Given everything we've discussed today, all this potential in optimizing your profile and engaging differently, what hidden traffic, what missed connections are you currently overlooking on your own social profiles? And how could simply optimizing those digital spaces you already inhabit maybe unlock your next big client opportunity? Something to think about.